All right, it's November 7th, 2021. I'm just watching a clip of the television, and up it says, "Here to talk." It's a big commercial. It's New York Project Hope. They have all this bullshit. They don't really exist. They're just a bunch of criminal children running around pretending that they do good things. And here it says, New York City Office of Mental Health, funded by Fema. Now that's interesting. They're funded by Fema because they just had on the equity officer for New York City, and he's a problem because he keeps telling everybody to get stuck with biological projects, biological manipulated projects, no less. Here, let me rewind. And there he is.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tori Nicole, Chief Equity Officer and First Deputy Commissioner for the New York City Health Department. Fall is here, and so is flu season.
Fall. Now that's interesting. You mean the fall of man? You mean the fall of New York City? You mean the fall of what we had? Because I've got anarchy going on with smiles right in the middle of the television. And outside, it looks like a regular Sunday ghost town. But somewhere else in parallel dimension and quantum mirrors, I've got this going on and this message being pushed. And so now New York City, he's the equity officer. And then that's linked with FEMA. Now they're supposed to be the Federal Emergency Management Service. So I'm a little concerned because this does not look like emergency management to me. This looks like somebody commandeered my safety zone and is now trying to stick everybody with needles. That's a problem. The clip began with something called Summit, because this is Channel 2 News. Something called SUMMIT, which is, I guess, in Jersey. It's about tea time and like the British. Now watch this, because this is where I'd like to live, with like people like this gentleman, like who quietly do the right thing somewhere else.
The fine china, where a lot of it's imported from England, and we have the really fine quality tea. And the idea is to have the best quality possible tea from around the world.
So is this just for Brits, or have you seen everybody?
This doesn't exist in my world. We don't have access to any of this stuff.
People love watching The Crown, they love Downton Abbey. So I think people are delighted to discover we exist, and especially when they come here to
Yes, we are. There's hope in the world.
Reed Street Arboretum is a 13.5-acre public garden here in Summit. It's actually the largest green space that we have here in Summit, and it actually was once a private estate. We do programs from kids to adults. We have education programs for schools and scouts. We have adult programming. We do fun events like summer concerts, and we have the coffee and tea events.
What I love is to hear that
these things are so wonderful, but they are so few and far between, and I can't walk there at all. I couldn't even take a bus ride there. It would be so long and it would be so expensive. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Hear the chatter and see people laughing and just enjoying a wonderful moment.
We really try to appeal to all different interests and get people to really come out here and learn about this and discover this really beautiful place.
Do you come hungry and leave hungry, or do you come hungry and leave full?
You definitely leave full. I think that's one thing about scones. 3 scones, you're definitely going to be leaving a happy customer.
So, Jenna D'Angelo's not the only thing
Hoboken, New
coming
Jersey.
over across the pond. So people want that taste of a high tea. I did learn there's a difference between a high tea and an afternoon tea, and what they serve up with the china and the scones is an afternoon tea. The high tea is more of a meal, and that would be for guys like me and Vince, the commoners. The high tea, you sit in low chairs, lounge chairs, and it's much more of an experience, and that's what people are looking for. Secret.tearoom on Instagram is where you can find them. And
all of these wonderful gems have been taken away and erased. I heard somebody mention the other day, canceled culture. Well, I certainly didn't cancel it. I've been searching for it. I've been like hungering for it. I've been trying to find it. But for some reason, my ancestry and my culture has been completely overrun by these disgusting, opulent displays of sports, which I don't want to watch, and then their fans and their sports families getting naked and running around with microphones and entertainment pieces, and it's really disgusting. Or they're there with cinematography, but not of like landscape and beautiful things. It's of some kind of CGI, half computer, half film, and they make up these storylines, and then they pollute the system even more with all of their wonderful ideas. Because if you look on Netflix, there are so many different choices of movies. I don't understand how many versions of the same story do you really need to tell? Meanwhile, real culture's been totally written over. I wouldn't even know, I don't have any pearls of wisdom to pass on to my children. My mother has no pearls of wisdom to pass on to me. All of the culture's been canceled. It hasn't been taught. There's been no social etiquette. There's been no anything. There's no antiques in the family. There's no holiday traditions. There's nothing here in New York.
And some of the proceeds, in fact, a good part of the proceeds, go back to the Arboretum, which really is a hidden gem in Summit, and they're open today as well. Hey, coming back, we're going to head back to the museum and take a little tour inside as we get ready for some more caffeine fun here in Hoboken. Right now, Cindy, cheerio, and we'll send things back to you.
John, thank you. It is 7:21. Up next, a familiar face on the Drew Barrymore Show.
Caffeine.
Steve Overmeyer takes
Interesting. But what really disturbs me is the whole takeover of what's describing itself as Fema, and now Fema's handling mental hygiene. Well, isn't that a problem? I put up last night, I have not watched the movie The General's Daughter. Again, like, nobody instructs me as to like what's going on, or like where to look for clues, or like anything. So Lou and Lynn were watching that movie yesterday. If I get the TV to myself, I'm going to try to watch it, but I don't even know because it's Sunday, so that means Lynn sits in this chair from morning till afternoon, and there's no other source of TV. So it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York 11361. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And I'm just going to walk in my ongoing arrangement with myself, trying to piece together how to get myself healthy and into the correct doctorship. This is the unity flag, and then this is the wall, and right now I'm somewhere in here still. Let me think. So star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.